ruler's name is often spoken in hushed tones, a cautionary tale passed down through generations. His rule was an era of absolute control, where dissent was met with swift and merciless punishment. The very mention of his name could send shivers down the spines of those who dared to oppose him. Historians and chroniclers have long debated the true extent of his tyranny, but one fact remains undeniable. He was feared by all who lived under his rule. His court was a place of intrigue and betrayal, where loyalty was a luxury few could afford. The people spoke in whispers, for to speak openly about him was to invite death. Yet, it is not merely the fear he instilled that has kept his name alive through the ages. It is the mystery surrounding his final days and the enigma of what happened to the treasures he once hoarded. These questions have only deepened the intrigue, drawing scholars and treasure hunters alike into a web of speculation. The ruler's legacy is not one of glory or triumph, but of darkness and unanswered questions. His story is a reminder that power, when unchecked, can lead to unimaginable cruelty. And yet, even in death, his shadow lingers, waiting for those brave enough to uncover the truth. As we delve deeper into his reign, we will uncover the events that led to one of history's most chilling acts, the burial of over 8,000 soldiers. This act was not just a display of power, but a statement of dominance, a message sent to all who dared challenge him. But what drove him to such an extreme? What were the circumstances that led to this massacre? And more importantly, what happened to the treasures he once claimed as his own? These are the questions we will explore in the chapters to come. The soldiers were not defeated in battle, they were executed. Some say it was a punishment for treason. Others claim it was an act of vengeance against those who had dared to question his rule. Whatever the reason, the scale of this massacre is staggering, and its implications are profound. Historical records describe how the bodies were buried in mass graves, their remains left untouched by time or reverence. The site itself has become a place of both horror and fascination, drawing historians and archaeologists who seek to uncover what lies beneath the earth. The act was not just a display of power, but also a means of control. By eliminating those who opposed him, he ensured that no one would dare challenge his authority again. The soldiers were not just victims, they were symbols of resistance, and their burial was a message sent to all who might follow in their footsteps. Yet, the true nature of this event remains unclear. Some believe it was an act of desperation, while others see it as a calculated move to solidify his rule. The lack of definitive records only adds to the mystery, leaving us with more questions than answers. As we continue our journey into the ruler's dark legacy, we will uncover the deeper motivations behind this massacre and how it shaped the course of history. But there is another layer to this story, one that has remained hidden for centuries. The burial of these soldiers was not just an act of cruelty. It was also a cover for something far more sinister, the disappearance of his treasures. The treasures were not just gold or jewels. They were symbols of power, wealth, and divine favor. Some accounts suggest that the ruler amassed an empire's worth of riches, while others claim he hoarded artifacts from conquered lands. Whatever their true nature, these treasures were never meant to be found. Speculation has long surrounded their disappearance. Some believe they were hidden in secret vaults beneath his palace, while others think they were taken by those who betrayed him. The idea that such wealth could vanish without a trace is both fascinating and unsettling. The burial of the soldiers may have been more than just an act of cruelty. It could have been a cover for something far greater. Perhaps the treasures were buried alongside them, hidden beneath layers of earth and time. Or perhaps they were taken away by those who knew their true value. Archaeologists and treasure hunters have searched tirelessly for any trace of these lost riches, but so far, nothing has been found. The silence that surrounds this mystery only deepens the intrigue, leaving us to wonder if the treasures ever existed at all. As we piece together the fragments of history, one thing becomes clear. The ruler's legacy is not just defined by his cruelty or his power, but also by the secrets he left behind. The disappearance of these treasures adds another layer to the mystery of his reign. It raises questions about his intentions, his fears, and perhaps even his final days. Was he trying to protect them from those who would seek to claim them? Or was it a final act of defiance against the world that had once feared him? The ruler's legacy is not one that can be easily forgotten. His name has become synonymous with fear, and his actions have left an indelible mark on history. The stories told about him are not just tales of a man who ruled with an iron fist, but of a leader whose very existence was a warning to those who dared challenge him. The burial of the soldiers is more than just a historical event. It is a symbol of his absolute control and the lengths he would go to maintain it. The act itself speaks volumes about the nature of power and the cost of unchecked ambition. It is a reminder that history is often written by those who survive, and not always by those who are remembered. The disappearance of his treasures adds another dimension to this story, one that continues to captivate historians, treasure hunters, and storytellers alike. The idea that such wealth could vanish without a trace is both intriguing and unsettling, leaving us with more questions than answers. As we reflect on the ruler's life and legacy, it becomes clear that his story is not just about one man, but about the forces of power, fear, and mystery that have shaped history. His name may be forgotten by time, but the echoes of his reign will never fade. And so, as we close this chapter of our journey, we are left with a lingering question. What truly happened to the ruler, his soldiers, and his treasures? The answers may still lie buried beneath the earth, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover them. The mystery endures. The story continues. And somewhere, in the depths of history, the truth waits to be found. The ruler's reign was an era defined by power, control, and an unrelenting pursuit of dominance. His actions were not just those of a tyrant, but of a leader who understood the value of fear as a tool for maintaining order. The burial of his enemies was more than an act of vengeance. It was a statement that no one would dare challenge him again. Yet, even in death, he left behind questions that have persisted through the ages. What drove him to such extremes? Was there a deeper motive behind the massacre and the disappearance of his treasures? These are the very questions that continue to fuel speculation and debate among historians and scholars alike. The treasures, if they ever existed, may still be hidden beneath layers of earth and time, waiting for someone to uncover them. The burial site itself has become a place of both horror and fascination, drawing those who seek answers in the hopes of finding something more than just history. As we reflect on his life and legacy, it becomes clear that his story is not just about one man, but about the forces of power, fear, and mystery that have shaped human history. His name may be forgotten by time, but the echoes of his reign will never fade. And so, as we close this chapter of our journey, we are left with a lingering question. What truly happened to the ruler, his soldiers, and his treasures? The answers may still lie buried beneath the earth, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover them. The mystery endures. The story continues. And somewhere, in the depths of history, the truth waits to be found.